Hey there, you, me, and DC fans, and welcome if you are new. I am the stepson of Krypton,
And I am Mantis.
and today we are bringing you the Deadpool and Wolverine reaction. No, just kidding. We're not.
Oh.
We don't do reactions. Today we are going to discuss something rather interesting that James Gunn announced earlier this week on social media, and that is the dynamic duo. Mantis. Before we get into that, however, guys, if you are familiar with the channel and if you are new, this will be new information, clearly. But we usually don't do the whole like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff like that in the very beginning of the episodes, and this is going to be no different. However, there was a previous video where we had discussed, the title name was Flashy Thing, it'll be up there, about the Flash and Grant Gustin coming to the DCU, where we had asked you guys, me especially, had begged you guys, that if you liked, and that video got enough likes, and we didn't set the goal very high, but if that video got enough likes and, you know, definitely some comments on it, that Mantis would watch all of season 1 of The Peacemaker. And you guys did not disappoint. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for everybody who watched that video, who gave it its like, and we did have a comment on there telling him to go watch Peacemaker as well. So I do thank you, because now Mantis does have to go watch Peacemaker, and I'm going to make sure, because he's going to use my HBO Max login account, so I'll be able to track if he's watching the Peacemaker or not. Guys, I've known Mantis for over 20 years. We're best friends, and I could not get him to watch the show. You guys, however, are a different story. He will do it for you guys, and I am going to make sure he does it. We will be able to discuss it. So thank you guys for that. I apologize. I wanted to get that out there at the very beginning.
But let's hold on. Let's be real here.
Great.
Look, this is like lowering the basketball goal to 10 feet or 9 feet at the fucking like YMCA rec league. Okay. You guys could have dunked that on your knees, which apparently leaving it up to 12, you guys couldn't do, which is fine. But hey, we lowered it. You met the goal.
No, to be fair, they met the goal that we set for the original video. Okay, so we had a goal for the original video that didn't get met.
That's true.
Yeah, they did get. We went over that, right? So they more than met the goal that we set for the original video. Now we did half the goal for the second one. You guys superseded that. You more than met the goal that we had for the original. So don't let him down, you guys. You guys did amazing. I thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate all of the support to get him to go watch Peacemaker. At least I do. He may not. He will once he sees it, though.
I will. And you know what? You guys join our Patreon. You'll get to watch me react to every single. No, you won't get to that because we don't have a Patreon. We don't have Patreon. That would be good if we did, because then you would get to see me react to it. But, because we don't do reactions on here. But on the Patreon, you would. I'd record all of them.
But then you'd have to sync up your own copy. And it'd just be fucking weird, because there's just him on one screen reacting to stuff that you don't see, but you see it on this screen. So what do you pay attention to? Don't even get me started on that. However, guys, what we are going to get started on is the discussion of the video. Sorry for that interruption, but thank you guys, and let's go. All right, guys. So, forgive Mantis that we were just discussing something in the commercial break here. Not paid commercials. We don't get paid. But so James Gunn announced the dynamic duo, as I believe is what they're calling it. So I know Mantis really, really wanted to talk about this one. So Mantis, take it away. Tell everybody, what is the dynamic duo?
Yeah, this happened a couple days ago now. I think 2 days ago I saw it.
Tuesday,
come across our. Yeah, Tuesday, because we subscribe via Google to various emails and announcements that let us know some of the cool shit going on, because there's too much stuff to monitor, and we have full-time jobs and don't have time to do it. So, but luckily, this did pop across there that I saw, and the dynamic duo is going to be an animated movie put out by DC Studios, co-head James Gunn. And it's a spinoff that obviously he announced on social media, like we said, 2 days ago. And his quote, over the moon excited to announce the newest DC Studios Warner Brothers Pictures animation greenlit film for theaters, dynamic duo, the story of Robin, or should I say Robins, because that has two, obviously, dynamic duo there, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. The first feature film from visionary Swaybox. And this is where it gets weird. A mix of animation, puppetry, in CGI, and a script put out by Matt Aldrich and produced with partners Matt Reeves, that does the
Batman.
Elseworlds. Yep, the Elseworlds Batman stuff. However, this series is not going to be tied in with Elseworlds series stuff. However, they do not say if it's going to be a tie-in to the DCU. So it could still be somehow in there, but they didn't mention that. But they did say it wasn't going to be tied to the Penguin or the Batman or any of that stuff. So, but like the animated series, the Cape Crusader, also produced by Matt Reeves, the dynamic duo is not tethered to the Batman Epic Crime Saga or the HBO Penguin series, like I just said. But as he says here, unclear if the Robin movie is set within the new DC universe, where it is Damian Wayne, which is Bruce Wayne's son, raised and trained by the League of Assassins, who then becomes does he become Nightwing? Correct? Is that right? Or is that
Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing.
Okay. Sorry. I think I'm jumping ahead here. In most versions of the Batman canon, Todd replaces Grayson as new Robin after Bruce's young ward grows up, joins the Teen Titans, and takes on Nightwing persona. There have been multiple Robins since: Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, and Damian, with a resurrected Todd eventually adapting the Red Hood identity after Joker kills Robin in the 1988 Batman storyline, A Death in the Family. So a lot of information there, obviously. The things that I took out of that are all of these. One of them, obviously, the main thing that I took out of it was the whole sway box mix of animation they're going to try and do with this, with puppets. Maybe when they say puppets, it's more stop animation type thing, that type of stuff. But a mix of that with CGI and animation is going to be kind of cool to see. And the second thing was all of the current directors and producers that are involved in all the various projects inside of either Elseworlds DCU or the main DC universe. They're all kind of getting into each other's projects or producing it, that type of stuff. So, I would expect if one of these things does well, that they're hopefully all of them kind of tag along and do well. Hopefully we don't see an outlier, you know what I mean? Like something just is really bad, but you never know.
Well, so the one thing I am very comfortable and confident now, Batman, the Caped Crusader, was a little bit of a low point for me as far as DC animation. Because if I'm ranking DC animation, it's probably one of my lowest as far as, when I think about the original Superman, the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, all of Justice League War, all of those have been great. Batman, Cape Crusader was kind of a low point, but overall, the DC animated studios does very, very well. However, now this is not the first time we've seen multiple Robins, or at least characters who have played Robin, be together, in one show. For those of you who watched the Titans, we know that Dick Grayson's in that, and he starts out as Robin. And then he slowly, very, very slowly progresses. But we do get to see Jason Todd and then eventually Tim Drake come into that as well. And we get to see various storylines. They had 4 seasons. I know for a lot of people, Mantis being included, it was kind of hit or miss. Some people got into it. Some people didn't particularly care for it. I liked the show. Hate me if you will in the comments. If you do hate me in the comments, let me know why you didn't like the show, though. Just don't say I'm stupid, because I already know that, right? Already tell me something I know.
If you don't like it, there's a reason why.
Yeah, why you don't like it. But I like the Titans, right? I mean, was it perfect? No, but I mean, fuck, damn near nothing is anymore, right?
I thought it was cool.
It was good. You didn't watch it?
Cool. There was some violence in there,
you didn't watch it? Well, you said you only watched a couple episodes.
Yeah, the first, because he's in the first episode, doesn't he? And he fucks that one. There's a pretty violent fight in that first episode, I think.
Because you're thinking of that was the episode that they aired, showing, and he's like, "Fuck Batman."
Fuck Batman.
And he's just beating the shit out of people. Yeah, that's where you're like, fuck. And then people, I guess, watched it and they didn't care for But no, I really, really like the series. I thought they did very well for it being live action. I would
It's a
recommend.
hard one
I
to do.
just
Yeah.
what
I mean, I feel like it's
Titans?
kind of a hard one to do. Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's a hard. Uh, Here's the thing, because people think. Oh, sorry about that. People think like Titans, like Teen Titans, right? Like, because there is a Teen Titans animated series.
There's Teen
That's
Titans, and there's also Young Justice.
yeah, and they're all it's geared toward young adults, right? Well, that show is definitely fucking not, right? It feels weird almost the way it is, but I guess if you kind of don't look at it as like, well, they're teenagers, they're actually like young adults, like we're saying, 20 years old, 25 years old, they're they're going to be pissed off. They're still in that rebellious phase, most of them figuring out who they are, not even just as superheroes, but just the shit going on. Like, it's real world type stuff, not fucking animated. Yay. This episode, it's so it was kind of one of those first forays into more of an adult themed violent type series. And I mean, it hit some people, like you said, some people liked it, some people didn't. It's whatever. I mean, it got 4 seasons. Like, there's series that are good that don't even get 4 seasons.
So it was weird. So it got 3, and then it started the 4th. The 4, they took a huge break about halfway in, and it was rumored that they may or may not come back, and they were struggling with it. But I guess there wasn't enough fandom that they did finally bring out the last like half of the season or whatever. But I like it. I definitely think before this series comes out, it's something that I would recommend to people if they're not familiar with it. Go check out Teen Titans. The animated is good, but go check out Young Justice. I love the Young Justice animated. I think they've got like 4 seasons now. It did a weird thing too, where it got 1 season, and then there is a substantial break, years break between seasons 1 and 2, and it's shown in the show too. Like, they go like 5-year jump, and then they do all kind of the flashbacky shit. But Young Justice is really, really good and gives you a little more depth to the characters. And then Titans, if you are old enough, if you are over 18, you can go watch Titans. Or if you have parents like mine that just don't care, you can go watch the Titans.
Here's the thing about this too. Like, we briefly touched on it, but I kind of want to talk about this too. The Sway Box, and we have seen a recent, the Batman animated, the new Batman animated series that came out this year. It didn't look terrible. I actually kind of enjoyed the aesthetic of it. The animation was okay. Some people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The animation looked good. It wasn't completely old school, but it wasn't completely like anime and all new and whatnot. And it didn't look like what's the League of Legends series? Arcane, I think is what it's called. I really enjoy their animation style. This is going to be interesting. Like, this whole mix of CGI animation and puppetry. I don't know how you mix that. Like, I just don't know how's that going to look. Like, I don't know what it looks like, but it's going to be different even between the Creature Commandos, right? Like, that's not going to involve any of this.
So you say puppetry, and then I just immediately go to Team America, right?
That's exactly what I'm thinking too.
Durka Durka, Muhammad Jihad, Haka Sherpa Sherpa, Bacala. Oh, Durka Durka Durka.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like they're gonna literally see the strings. Yeah,
I'm thinking of Paris, and then he looks up, and it's a fucking beard, and he's got an AK-47, right? Like, that's what I view. But I know
Muhammad Jihad. But that's what. As soon as you said puppetry, like, there are a lot of like older movies and shows that did Mantis that like the stop motion and some puppetry and things like that. That, like, if you ever remember, if you're old enough to remember Sabrina the Teenage Witch back in the 90s, the cat Salem was animatronic, puppetry, and real live cat. At sometimes there was an actual live cat, but then they did animatronic-ish, puppetry-ish, and stuff like that. And you're kind of like, okay, I could kind of tell in this episode.
Salem Spellman.
May I remind you, I'm your cat, not your pet. I have my own last name.
You do?
It's Saberhagen. Salem Saberhagen.
Yeah, it could be that. Maybe it's going to be more like Tim Burton-y. Like, because I know
Nightmare Before Christmas style.
Yeah, well, and Beetlejuice came out, and in the 1980s, was it 86?
Why are you saying it twice?
Because that's what it's called. Beetlejuice. That's the name of the film.
No, it's just Beetlejuice.
I thought it was Beetlejuice. Like the second one? Though it just came out. It's called
the second one. You just said the 1989. That's not the second one. That's the first one.
Right. I know, but I'm saying just like both of those, because I'm pretty sure the second one has it too. But I haven't seen.
I'm checking.
I haven't seen the second one. Yeah, I haven't seen the second one, but I know the first one. Tim Burton mixes in stop motion into that film a lot, at least when the some of the things at the end where the when he's trying to get married and the priest comes through when the fireplace morphs, like that's all stop motion. When the sandworm comes in, that's all stop motion. Like there's things that they build in there that they could do. I mean, that was live action or stop motion into live action. I'm sure they could do kind of the same thing into to animation, which will be kind of cool to see. I mean, maybe it pays off. Maybe it looks cool. It's different. No one else is doing it. Sets them apart. It's just an interesting. I don't know why you would pick this story or the Robins to do that. Just kind of weird.
I think though, if you can pull it off in a live action Beetlejuice, which FYI I did not know, it is called Beetlejuice on the second one. I always just thought it was Beetlejuice, and then you just kept seeing the other one there. I thought it was just like the title card, but it is Beetlejuice. So I'm sorry, guys, I was wrong on that. Well, I wasn't wrong. I didn't know. So now I'm educated. But the fact that it worked well decent enough in live action, I think then if you could do something similar to that and you put it into animated, you should be pretty well off, right? Shouldn't be any problem to do it in animated if you can pull it off in live action. So
yeah, and you mentioned it too in Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, that's exactly kind of the whole thing there. Right. So I mean, I think they could do it, and who knows? Again, it's that thing that sets them apart, And I'm not familiar with Swaybox. I'll kind of look up. Maybe there's some other things that they've done that has examples of this, and maybe it looks cool. I'll have to look that up. I should have checked before we get on here to see what it looked like, but who knows?
Yeah, but for those of you who know the story of what happens with Jason Todd, and even if you go by what happens to him in various other shows, I wonder if they're going to go in that kind of storyline, like, or is that what the movie's going to do? And then you're going to have this, oh my God, shocker. I don't want to really say in case you haven't seen it yet and ruin it. Cause like I was literally about to say something, but I'm like, and also real quick. So, if you watch the beginning of this episode, we did thank everybody for liking the video that got Mantis to now have to go watch Peacemaker. If this video gets 10 likes, Mantis has to also watch the Titans on HBO Max. All right, so we're setting the bar back up to what we did the original one. So 10 likes, and Mantis will also have to go watch the Titans as well. So I don't want to spoil anything for him yet, just in case.
We'll do the first season.
First season.
Yeah. Because I don't want to blow the whole load on this. Yeah, I mean, we could stretch it out. I want to stretch your guys' likes and views out.
We need all the support you can get, guys. We're busting our asses to get all these videos out because there's just so much good news coming out. Some not so good, but we still report it. We don't report fake news.
No fake.
Trying to get all this information out for you. We've got a lot of shows. We got the Penguin. We got all of this. But now's like a perfect time to get some of these like series. Like he's got to get caught up on some of these things. Well, we have a little bit of a lull until the rest of these things release. Like when we get Creature Commandos coming out, and then 2025 is just going to be a mess.
It's going to be nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead.
No, final thoughts, man, because that's what I was about to do.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, yeah, final thoughts here. My most intriguing thing from this announcement is, like you said, what are they going to do with both of them, or Jason Todd specifically? But also, secondly, how's this animation going to look?
It's Afghanistan animation.
It's really funny, Cap. It's Afghanistan animation.
Maybe we should take another look. But again, I hate to keep saying this, but it's like James Gunn's involved. I feel like all our videos involve James Gunn. Like, here's the thing, guys. We don't know James Gunn. We're not James Gunn fanboys. But the reality is he's the centerpiece until the shit gets moving. Until the actual actors get put on the screen and people can see them and start talking about them, it's gonna be about him. That's just how it's gonna be. But as I said, this is done by co-chairman there, James Gunn, but also Peter Safran, who did Aquaman. They're producing the show along with Matt Reeves. So you've got kind of the trifecta there on the new stuff coming in here. So I think if anything, it'll be interesting. We'll say that.
Now, real quick, Aaron, my final thoughts on this. Let's not forget, because we always talk about James Gunn being the CEO of DC Studios. He is the co-CEO along with Peter Safran. So, like, they are both the co-hosts, and then you got Matt Reeves in there as well. So, like, yes, we have been accused, and you know what? Like, looking at it objectively, I get if, because some people, a lot of people, their exposure to us is this video, right? Is this first video they have not watched. We have over 130 videos on YouTube right now, right? So I don't expect, I hope, but I don't expect that every viewer that's clicking on our video has seen all 130, and also that you remember. Fuck, I barely remember what we recorded 3 weeks ago. So I don't expect you to remember. So I get it that it seems sometimes when we're talking about James Gunn's like, we're like, well, just get some pom poms, start chanting, James Gunn, good job, fuck him. I get it. I'll cut in the scene that's a reference to, so it makes sense, guys.
Yeah. Why don't you just get some pom-poms, start chanting, Greg, 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 fuck him.
I know that might have seemed random.
That's an old one. That's
a good old Eddie Murphy movie, though. I love that. That's my favorite fucking quote in that movie. But I get it.
Taggart died recently. Sorry, we're jumping the ship here. Just letting you know, Taggart died like a couple days ago.
Damn.
Over the weekend. Yeah.
You know who else died real quick, kind of going way off tangent, but it's at the end of the video, so it's fine, is Chris Christopherson, who plays Whistler in Blade. He just died. So R.I.P. Chris Christopherson, man, because Deadpool Wolverine, just as time of recording, just released this week on streaming. And yeah, like he died like a couple of days, right? I mean, he just died the other day. Like, so R.I.P. both of them.
Yeah. Good actor. Great actor, actually.
Yes.
A lot. Yes. He's been in a lot of fucking movies too. He's got a catalog. So
great actor. You will be missed. But it was a nice kind of there's been a lot of people doing reactions to Deadpool Wolverine that have given him some nice kind of, kudos and memorial, kind of like, hey, just mentioned, kind of like we just did here. Random that it came up, because I was like, I wanted to kind of mention it in a video. I was like, how are we going to do this? This is perfect. But this is us, guys. Again, if you are at all familiar with channels, this is what we do.
We're like dogs that see a squirrel, quite frankly. That's kind of what it is.
To be fair, though, we've not had any training. So, we just react on instinct. Okay, we didn't go to boarding school or anything like that. So, all right, guys, if you have made it with us this far and you have dealt with all of our craziness, consider giving the video a like. He's going to show you where. And if you can get it up to 10, that's, I think, a very, very reasonable number. If you can get it up to 10, he's going to go watch at least the first season of Teen Titans. I do think, he is not going to be a like whore. And as soon as he watches the first season, if we can get to 10, he will want to keep watching the other seasons.
I will.
So because we just, when we find that series, it's like Smallville. You find it, you just love watching it. You're going to keep going. But help me out, guys. You were great on the last video. Let's get this up to at least 10 likes. He will go watch the first season. We will do a video where we recap it. Again, I will monitor. I'll be able to monitor. So will. You can use my HBO Max login. I will monitor that you're watching them.
Well, I've my niece's birthday party on Saturday at 3. And really have nothing else planned this weekend, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot of Peacemaker watching. So,
yes, because he owes everybody. All right, but subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on those videos where we talk about how Mantis had to watch the things that you guys voted for, basically via your likes. And all the information we've got coming out, not only with everything happening in the DCU, we got the Elseworlds timeline, we got the MCU, we got, multiple Avengers movies coming up. So if you are subscribed and you click the little stupid bell and all that dumb shit that YouTube makes you do, but you will get notified when we release these videos. It's
for us, guys. It's not for YouTube. It's for us.
Yeah.
Fuck YouTube.
You know, the great thing is you're watching this video right now. Okay, yes, it's 20 plus minutes right now. There's a lot we'll be able to cut out of it, but there's no ads because we're a small channel. We don't make them any money, so fuck them. Right? Just like the video. You're not adding to their ad revenue. They don't put ads on our videos and all this stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. All right? It's a win-win. Okay?
Get us
So
for the whole time.
Yes. Which may or may not be a good or bad thing. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us here on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, we will see you then.
Later.